Are you ready for episode 6 of the MSPT Podcast Presented by PokerNews? I am Chad Holloway, joined by Kyna England. And Kyna, we've got a great show to talk about. I'm down in the Bahamas right now. You're in Las Vegas. But we're going to talk about some recent stops, the one at FireKeepers in Michigan. I was actually over there just for a day, and it was a big one. We had some big side event winners. Jake Long was added again, a controversial winner, if you will, and then, of course, a huge main event. Then we are also going to recap the Canadian Poker Championship that took place at the Playground outside of Montreal, Canada. And it was funny because during that time, a $1.5 million bad beat jackpot hit. We're going to dive into that. We've got highlight videos from both. We're going to give you updated player of the year standings, a whole lot to get to, and of course, a new code word for our NAPT Gold Pass giveaway. Kyna, before we jump into it all, how are you doing?
I'm good. I survived tax season here. As some of you know, I do taxes during tax season. And I'm really bummed, though, because it ended on the 15th. I was trying to figure out a way to get to Montreal because that sounded like such a fun stop. I would have had to, the whole next day fly all day and maybe get there, Friday morning. And it just didn't seem worth it to try that hard for, to be there for 3 days. But maybe it will line up better next time because it seemed like a really great stop, right? There was pretty big prize money up top. I saw first was $195,000. Which for their first MSPT major tour there, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to get into that here in just a minute. But before we do, the weekend before was the MSPT Spade Poker Championship. This is one of the major events, the first ever one. We've talked a lot about FireKeepers. You're actually wearing something FireKeepers right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So I put this on last minute, and it's very fitting because when I was traveling the MSPT circuits in 2021, I tried to always get a hoodie or something from every stop, and I got this one a billion years ago from FireKeepers.
Old school for sure. You know, somebody who wasn't at FireKeepers was Kyle and Britta from Tilted Compass because they were getting married. How about that?
Oh, yay. Congrats, Kyle and Britta. I'm so happy for them. That sucks to miss that stop, though, because I'm sure they probably could have sold a lot of merch on that stop, but hopefully they're making up for it afterwards. Everybody send them a happy wedding purchase. Use code Kyna for 15% off at Tilted Compass.
Great promo there. And then, next time we're there, we'll have to just get some new hoodies. I hear a rumor that sometime in the future there might be some MSPT podcast hoodies or something. We'll have to see what we can make happen.
I feel like that was on me. I keep forgetting to do it. I'll do it. It's on my list of a billion things that I put off to the last minute. So we got to get some, though. Yeah. Before Arizona, for sure, because I'm going to Arizona.
Well, I did make my way over to FireKeepers. It's the first time I've been there since before the pandemic. As fate would have it, I had an event there in Kalamazoo, which is just about 20 minutes down the road, that I've had lined up for most of the year. So we've talked about it before. I play these live reality games, the LRGs. And I usually do survivor-based ones, which I've written about and shared. But this one I did my first Big Brother LRG in Kalamazoo.
Gosh, Big Brother's so much fun. And I bet that there were less stinky people, right? Did you guys get to shower and stuff?
We did get to shower, yes, but even still, we had 14 house guests plus production, and it was a rather large house, but even so, people could get right. But it was such a fun experience. It was a 5-day game. They did film it. They're going to release episodes early next year, so I can't reveal too many details, but I had a lot of fun. Got to meet some great players, and just thought I'd share that. I'll definitely be talking about it in the future, but that's what took me to that area. Unfortunately, I couldn't play the MSPT because the LRG started Sunday evening, and so it didn't make sense for me to make day 2, make a deep run. But I said, you know what, let me go over there Saturday night, hang out with Jeremy Smith, Anthony Thompson. They were there, and it was a massive turnout. As usual, this $1,110 buy-in tournament got 2,773 runners, $2.688 million in the prize pool. We've talked about it before. This FireKeepers stop in Michigan is a hidden gem in the Midwest.
Yeah, I'm like again, it's one I'm sad to miss because when I lived in Chicago, it was definitely all the time I could go to that one, and it was great because it's out in a big resort. There's lots. I mean, you're stuck like in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, but like in the resort itself, there's like a lot to do there when you're there. Like there's a nice, I'm sure, spa and everything that I'm just pretending like I know what I'm talking about because I've never actually been to any of those things. I would just go there and gamble my face off. But you could do that a lot too. And the FireKeepers stop, actually, my buddy Tony made the final table. So I was from afar sweating everybody.
Oh, very cool. I didn't know that. Tony Tran, eighth place for almost $48,000.
No, that's not him.
Oh, well,
Anthony, ninth place.
oh, Anthony. Well, you see my dilemma there.
Yeah.
There's Tony, and then there's Anthony.
So Anthony too, like when I first met him, I'm like, everybody from Chicago has a nickname, right? Like, and George, we call George Ponytail George, right? Sarah is teacher Sarah. So I'm like, what do we call you, Tony? And he said, people call me Tony Compliments. So now every time I see him, I'm like, give me a compliment. And he's such a nice guy too, I think. It's very fitting. So nice run for him. Nice run for everybody. I don't know any of the other people though, so I don't really care about them.
We're going to talk about the winner here in just a minute. Before we do, I want to talk about a hand that our very own Adam Piken caught while he was there. This hand went viral on social media. It was on day 2. It was a set over set flopped hand. Check it out.
7.
All right, so there you have it. What seemed like kind of an innocuous hand at first. The comments blew up on this one, kind of like people are like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like set over set, top set versus middle set on the flop, and check on the river. Like, I got to admit, it is pretty like, how are you not betting top set of aces behind there?
Right. And I'm probably like, it's hard to make a pair. It's harder to make a set. Like, I don't know that I'm just like calling all 3 streets. I guess I didn't see how it played out pre-flop. Like, and if the guy, maybe has an image and maybe he's just very capable of just having aces there. But I mean, like, depending on how the pre-flop action is, there's not like a lot of king 10. I mean, maybe 10, king 10, 10, 9, right? The guy's worried about. The flush doesn't come through. I don't know. I'm probably like putting my entire stack in that pot with either of those hands.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how many chips they have by the video. Yeah. It looks like they had plenty, so at least you got to go for some value there, I would think.
Yeah, and maybe you don't know. There's the reads. I don't know. I don't know how other people play, what other people are thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like from the comments, most people were thinking, what the hell, you got to bet here. But that's the beauty of poker is you can play any 2 cards any way you want. And like we've said before, like the MSPT is maybe a little softer in some of these Midwest stops than you might be used to and in Vegas or down in Florida or Texas, right? Like there are still a lot of recreational players in these fields.
Yeah, I mean, and I like, personally, that hand gives me a little bit of PTSD because I had that spot exactly with say, like I had aces, I opened, it was a single raise pot, but I could just remember I went for all 3 streets, and on the river, my brain was like, maybe don't be greedy here, maybe just check it back and see. But I didn't. I bet, and the guy put me all in, and then I'm like, don't work, bro, I call anyway, and the guy just had flopped a straight. So you never know, I guess, like, careful sometimes. I guess we have to balance. I don't know. Like I said, though, in that spot, I clearly am just either of those hands losing all of my chips or putting all my chips in the pot.
That's fair. Well, the winner of this tournament ended up being Merritt Kuhn, taking it down for almost $340,000 after a heads-up deal with Raymond Mancini, who got $268,000.
Nice.
This was a huge win for the young Merritt Kuhn. I think he had $84,000 was his previous best cash. He had $116,000 in Hendon Mob earnings before this victory, and so kind of bursting onto the scene with this victory.
Yeah, that sounds like a straight win too, right? Does no chop?
No, they did do a heads-up deal.
They did.
Yeah, so I don't know. It does seem like it's a rather even payout. So you wouldn't look at, like, I don't know the specifics of it, but the second place must have just gotten a little bit more money, and Merritt Kuhn probably sacrificed a little bit.
260 and three what? 340?
340, yeah.
Yeah, that seems right. That seems just like a straight win, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they played for like, I don't know. No, I don't know. I know that doesn't sound like chopping amounts.
Let me see if I can. Here we go. Heads up deal made. The final two players have agreed on an ICM deal that will see Merritt Kuhn take home. Oh, okay. So they got the. I'm going to have to update the article. So apologies on this. According to this, and let me make sure up here. I should verify because, yeah, it looks like Anthony, you done fucked up. According to his post, and I'll verify with him after this, and this would make more sense, Merritt Kuhn took home $279,000. Raymond Mancini took home $268,000. Oh, no, actually it is. No, hold on. Now I see it. And they will play for an extra $60,000 along with the title. So that was it. So Anthony didn't mess up.
Okay, I guess that makes a little more sense then again. I guess because it's if they have the exact same shit. So it's still a big amount. What was second place? You know?
Yeah.
269 and 340? Like, I don't get it. All right. Well, nice game. Good game, guys. Nice prize. Nice purse to take home there. Well done.
And per the rules, they get to the same amount of POI points, which would have been second place POI. So 2,700 Player of the Year points still puts them way behind in the race, not even cracking the top 10. But there were a lot of familiar faces there. Angela Jordanson, your good friend. I was thinking Angelina Rich, who is a former MSPT champion. Aaron Janssen, who is an MSPT Hall of Famer, was there. Jeremy Smith was doing some MC duties. And PokerNews was on site. We captured a lot of different videos, some interviews with some of the players I just mentioned, some hands, and just some general announcements. We've compiled them all into a highlight clip of the MSPT Spade Poker Championship at FireKeepers Casino. Check it out.
Hello, everyone. Jeremy Smith here for the MSPT. We're at the FireKeepers Casino Hotel for the MSPT major event here. Now I'm here with Aaron Janssen. Aaron is one of our all-time cashes. He's had some of the most cashes here with MSPT. You've had a couple deep runs here before. I know you've had like a 23rd and a 24th. It takes a lot of work to run deep here. What's the plan today?
The plan is to just take things slowly, try to utilize the structure to the best. This field is always massive and you're going to get players of all different kinds, so really love it here.
Good. How are you doing so far?
So far, so good. Got like 100K and blinds are 1K.
Well, good luck.
Awesome, thanks.
So the property here at FireKeepers, is pretty special to me because I started playing when they first came here in 2013, and that was the year I was Player of the Year, but it all started at the MSPT at FireKeepers property. So always holds a special place in my heart to be able to play here, be so close to home, and then to get a prize pool like we have now is awesome.
Hello, everyone. Here with Angela Jordanson. Now, Angela, this is a huge field here at FireKeepers Casino. How are you doing so far?
So far, so good. I'm on one bullet and have a decent stack and a great table.
That's good. Now, you have a 10th place here before. It takes a lot of maneuvering through a field like this. Anything that you think about going through a large field like this compared to other tournaments?
No, I just kind of take it slow, take it one hand at a time, and one table at a time lets me know how out of line I can be, or whether they press back or not. So it's nice to play with such a variety of players.
Yeah, for sure. So you have two past MSPT main event trophies. So this is our major event here, huge field. So good luck today. So
this is the one I want.
Yeah, this is a good one to have.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everyone watching. You can check out all the chip counts and updates at MSPTpoker.com. Click on live updates. Hello, everyone. Jeremy Smith here for the MSPT. We're at the FireKeepers Casino Hotel in Michigan. We had the $1,110 main event, almost 2,800 players with 307 players bagged for day two. Everyone in day two is in the money. They're going to play down to a winner today with first place receiving almost $380,000. Follow along all day long at MSPTpoker.com. All right, we picked up a hand here on day two, a four-way all-in, pocket jacks, king nine, pocket queens, and ace king. Mancini has the best hand here going into the flop with pocket queens. Let's see if it holds. Mancini flops a set of queens here. Queen of hearts, eight of spades, six of hearts, eight of diamonds on the turn, and the seven of clubs on the river. And Mancini's going to have a three-way knockout here. Stevemer, Wick, and Marshall are all going to leave us on day 2. All right, hello everyone. We're here with our newest MSPT champion, Merritt Kuhn. Now, Merritt, you said you've given a lot of buy-ins in the past to MSPT. You finally have seen some money back.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to finally win one of these. I've been trying to fire and haven't even made a deep run, so the fact that I'm able to win such a huge field is really an honor.
Yeah, great job. It's 2,773 players. Down to our final player here. You guys made a deal heads up. You had 279,000 locked up. You guys played for an additional 60,000, so you're going to walk away with 340,000.
This is the biggest score. My biggest score was just a month ago, so now the top up in that is even great. So biggest score for sure.
All right, we are back to talk about some side event winners from the MSPT FireKeepers. One right away we'll just start with. So there were 5 gold cards that were given out, including the main event. The last tournament was a $400 monster stack, 256 runners, Kyna, and our good friend Jake Long took that one down for 21K.
Wow, good job, Jake. Second gold card. What?
That second gold card gets some Player of the Year points, I believe, and he's still in second place. We'll get into those updated standings here in a minute. But another big winner that made some headlines was the winner of event number 1, $400 ultimate stack, 213 runners. Taking it down for $18,500 was George Janssen, former MSPT Venetian champ, well known in Michigan poker circles, but a bit infamous now because he was convicted of fraud and is scheduled to be sentenced for felony fraud December 11th, which is my birthday, in the U.S. District Court of Eastern Michigan Northern Division. He could face multiple years in prison. He has defrauded several credit unions by filing millions of dollars worth of fraudulent auto loans. He allegedly faked a kidnapping.
Allegedly.
We've talked about this on the PokerNews podcast before, but he pled guilty to bank fraud in August. He's awaiting sentencing, and it's just one of those, like, this isn't the first time somebody who's been in trouble with the law, who's been out on bond or awaiting sentencing, has won a poker tournament.
Right.
But this was a pretty high-profile one.
Yeah, I wonder if people that he played with, like, recognized him at all. Probably not. Like, I wouldn't recognize him in the wild, but I wish that we could have pointed that out and then been like a fly on the wall and heard what people asked him.
I'll say this. Like, I've had a couple people reach out to me about George Janssen being a good guy, I guess, which is, he's facing felony fraud charges. So, but I will say this, like, what he did was not cheating in poker. It was not infractions within poker. It was breaking the law outside of poker. So in those terms, he hasn't, negatively impacted the game through his actions in poker. But
I don't know. A scummy guy's a scummy guy, right? Like,
fair. I don't know him personally. I know PokerNews has reached out to try to chat with him before, and I'll extend the invitation for him to chat with us here on the podcast if he would like. And then, of course, PokerNews has been reporting this story for a couple of years now. So when he is sentenced, we'll certainly give an update on that. But and I also assume he's got to pay some restitution somewhere. So this money very likely could be going to paying back some of the victims of the fraud. But
maybe. How much did he win? Like $7,000?
18,000.
Oh,
18,500.
wow. It's a nice stack of change there.
Yeah, not too shabby.
No.
Well, let us turn our attention, because the very next weekend, which was just this past weekend, the MSPT headed to Playground in Canada. This is the Global Poker Award winner for Best Poker Room. I've been there several times, as 1 year ago, actually, for the World Poker Tour event that was there. The MSPT was visiting for the very first time that they have ever been out of the United States, which I think was amazing. This was the Canadian Poker Championship. I believe it was the $1,100 buy-in price point, 1,057 entrants, got over $1 million in the prize pool, and it was won by Jin Rong Zhang, taking it down for $165,000. There was a three-way deal in this one, the top three all getting six-figure paydays. But this is one, you mentioned you were watching it from afar and had a little bit of FOMO, right, Kyna?
Yeah, I really would have liked to go if the timing could have worked out better. It's just like from Vegas, it literally would have been 24 hours for me to get to Montreal. Like I would have had to change planes, get a layover. Like it wouldn't, and then I don't even know how I'd get back. I'd still be getting back today probably, you know what I mean? But I would like to go. So Montreal, can you please not make the next time around tax season? I would appreciate that, please. Thank you. But good job, Jin Rong Zhang, right? Jin Rong Zhang.
Yeah, that you got it. And
fun name.
It was a fun name. He doesn't speak a lot of English from what I was told. So I don't know if there's a winner's interview, but we do have some highlights coming up. But before we do, I do want to mention that a couple familiar names did cash this tournament. Jake Long was up there. He fell early, though, in 102nd place for a little over $2,100, but some POY points. And Josh Reichard finished 70th for $2,600 in that one.
Of course they did. Did Umut go?
I don't think Umut went to this one, actually. I'm not 100% sure on that one. He did min cash in Michigan, and so he still holds a lead, but it's gotten a little tighter. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But before we do, I want to talk about a Bad Beat Jackpot that took place at Playground while the MSPT was there. This was for, I think, $1.5 million. It happened at 11:30 at night. It was table 19. Details say a straight flush beat another straight flush in a 1-2 no limit hold'em cash game.
Wow.
Imagine that. You're playing 1-2, you hit this bad beat, and it's $1.5 million.
Whoa, that is pretty sick. So what was it, like 30, 40 table share?
Let me see. I'm going to look it up here.
50, 40 table share maybe?
As I do look up those details, I'm going to ask, because I never have, but have you ever been a part of a Bad Beat Jackpot?
No, but like I've seen two. Like I've been there when two happened. And actually, the first one, I was like left the table. Like I left the table and went somewhere else. And then they found me later and they're like, when you left the table, the Bad Beat Jackpot hit. Like, ugh. I'm like, okay, you're welcome then. Because like it wouldn't have happened, right? If I had been sitting there. So that was at Meadows, I think, in Philadelphia. And then the other time I saw it hit in Elgin at the table next to me, which was pretty sick. Like, that was kind of, and there was no room share. It was only table share, of course.
Well, so I got some details on it. So I mentioned a straight flush over straight flush. What it was two players. One was holding 9 of clubs, 8 of clubs. The other 4 of clubs, 3 of clubs. Saw a flop of 4 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 6 of clubs. And then, of course, we get that 7 of clubs coming out, and they get the money in. And it was, let's see, the largest share of the Bad Beat Jackpot. So this was, by the way, Canadian dollars. So when I say 1.5 Canadian dollars, 1.5 million is approximately 1.14 million US dollars.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So 40%, or approximately 640,000 Canadian dollars, went to the losing hand, right? Because it's the bad beat. Yeah.
No.
20.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The winner
so
gets less. Yeah.
So the winner then gets 20% of the pot, which was about 320,000 Canadian dollars. And it says the Playground's Bad Beat Jackpot rules call for 20% of the pot to go to the other players at the tables, and 20% spread evenly among the remaining players seated in other games.
That's nice, though, that they had a room share, man. Like, that makes it worth it to just sit there in the room, right, and play. Like, a lot of them I've been at and don't, like, the two I hit or saw hit were not room shares, which stinks, right? Like, but that's also pretty huge. That must have been building a while.
Yeah. And we do actually have a video package of some highlights. And actually, Umut Ozturk was up there, because one of these videos I see here is him doubling up. So he did end up making it up to Canada. Let me see, though, if he cashed. It doesn't look like he cashed there. So, but he got a double up, as you'll see here. We got a bubble hand. We got some day 2 stuff and a little final winner hand from the tournament. Check it out.
You win.
Wish it was that simple. Never is. Never is.
Oh, not like that.
You did say it. Fuck, that's fucking great. I don't know much French, but I'll say
Oh my goodness. Not like that.
For the MSPT, we're here at the Playground in Canada. We picked up a hand here on day one. We've seen a great turnout so far the last few days. You can check out all the updates on MSPTPoker.com. Pocket Kings here in the 4 seed against Ozturk's Ace of Hearts, Jack of Hearts. Flop is Ace 5-3. He does hit his ace. Ozturk is the short stack here. 6 of diamonds on the turn and 4 of hearts on the river. And Ozturk's going to find a double up. We're here at the Playground Poker Club. We're on the Stone Cold bubble here of the main event, Day 1C. We picked up a hand here with Zechner against Baron. Baron's in the lead here with pocket 10s against Zechner's pocket 6s. Baron's tournament life is at risk here with the 10s. Queen, Jack, 8 flop. All clubs. Turn is a 5 of diamonds. Going to need a fade, a club, or a 6. 6 of diamonds on the river. Zechner does river a set of 6s, and that's going to do it for Baron here for Day 1C.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Canadian Poker Championship, the first time ever that the MSPT has come above the border. We have had plenty of events this week with so much exciting action, and today is day 2 with 117 players returning after 1,057 entrants. The winner will receive the first ever Canadian Poker Championship trophy as well as $193,000.
All right, we picked up a hand here on day 2 of the MSPT Canadian Poker Championship at Playground here just outside of Montreal. To recap the action here, it looks like seat 6 has raised. Seat 7 goes all in, and seat 8 makes the call. Action's folded around to the big blind here, and he's going to move all in. Action's now to the 6th seat, who was our original raiser. He ends up folding. And let's see the hands. We've got pocket queens in the 8th seat, pocket 9s in the 7th seat, and the Randy in the big blind has pocket kings. Pocket 9s and pocket kings are at risk here. Pocket queens has them both covered, and a flop of 3 of hearts, king of spades, jack of hearts. Randy does flop a set of kings, 7 of clubs on the turn, and an 8 of hearts on the river, and Randy with the pocket kings triples up.
After 26 hours of play and 1,057 entrants, we have our winner in the MSPT Canadian Poker Championship. All right, Jinrong moves all in and Linden calls to put himself at risk. Jinrong has an open-ended straight draw versus Linden's second pair with a gut shot straight draw. Any 8 or 3 gives Jinrong the title. And the river is a 3, giving Jinrong a 7-high straight and the title, $165,000. Congratulations to Jinrong Zhang for taking home the inaugural Canadian Poker Championship out here at Playground.
All right, so congratulations again to Jinrong Zhang on taking down the MSPT Canadian Poker Championship. He wasn't the only winner from the stop, though. There were 14 gold cards awarded. Yeah, there were some big events too. Event number 1 was a $300 mega stack. 976 runners was won by Brian Robitaille Thequois for 36,000 Canadian dollars. Did you see his winner's photo, kind of? Because he looks just like Jesse Folan.
No, I didn't.
I sent it to Jesse even, and I was like, congratulations on your tournament win, buddy.
Oh, French-Canadian Jesse.
Yes.
Wait.
Jesse, of course, a good friend of mine, former co-host on the PokerNews podcast. And but congratulations to Brian on taking down the opening event. And then I wanted to shout out event number 13, a $2,200 high roller event. 104 runners in that one was won by Senthuran Vijayaratanam. I think
Good try.
I kind of got
Good job.
it.
Good try.
I remember that name because I'm pretty sure he final tabled the WPT Montreal at Playground last October when Michael Wang won that one. So
okay.
that name stuck out to me.
do him justice. Say it in a proper way, all at once.
Sinthuran Vijayratnam.
Sinthuran Vijayratnam.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Sinthuran Vijayratnam. There you go. Okay, all right.
$63,000 for that win, so not too shabby.
Nice job.
2 big stops there, back to back. In fact, a little fun stat that the MSPT shared on their social media at MSPT Poker was that they had back-to-back $1 million prize pools in October between Milwaukee at Potawatomi, FireKeepers in Michigan, and then, of course, the Canadian Poker Championship at Playground. They have awarded $5,391,870 in 3 events over October.
Sick. So what's next? Stinky Indiana?
Stinky Iowa.
Okay.
Before we do get to that and some updated POI, I do want to mention the code word. This is the penultimate code word for the NAPT Gold Pass giveaway. $10,000 package to the NAPT coming up in Las Vegas at Resorts World in November. It's just right around the corner. You're going to get this code word. There's going to be one more code word on this week's Poker News podcast, and then you will have till the end of Sunday, which I believe is October, that would be October 26th?
6th? Yeah.
I think 26, at the end of the day, to get me the code phrase. Remember, this has been going on through 10 episodes of between the Poker News podcast and this show, and we will give out 10 code words that spell out a code phrase in order. And you email that to me, and you can be entered to win. Terms and conditions apply. I'll link to those in the show notes. But somebody is going to win a $10,000 package to the NAPT, and I'm pretty excited to see who it's going to be, Kyna.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm going to ask you when this is all over what the actual phrase is, because I don't know either.
Well, this week's code word is Mike. Now, Mike, I did Kyna last year. So this year, it's going to be Mike. You can also earn some extra entries by giving some reviews on the podcast, subscribing, etc. There's a whole article about it. I'm going to link to it in the show notes. Just follow the instructions. You can be entered to win. We'll do a random draw. I will film it. And can't wait to see who wins. We'll reveal it in, the next Poker News podcast next week. Anyways,
it better not be something like Kyna's mom loves Mike Holtz.
The code words do not match. So. All right, let us talk about some current standings in the MSPT. Starting with an update on the Player of the Year race, right? This has been pretty tight. There are only 3 stops remaining in Season 16, and as it stands right now, Umut Öztürk, the reigning back-to-back MSPT Player of the Year, is out in front with 8,992 points, but Jake Long has made up some ground. He sits in second still, but with 8,390 points. So he's 602 points behind Umut right now, and then Josh Reichert in third with 7,006 points. And then trailing considerably after that, Anthony Scarborough in fourth with just under 5,000 points. So it's really, anything can happen, but it's coming down, looks like it's going to come down to a 3-man race here.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty exciting, too, because I think Josh and Jake have a bet, too, which one of them does better, too. I think that if one of them wins Player of the Year, it's a bonus, but I think ultimately they're just trying to beat each other, too.
Yeah, and
pretty crazy.
You have John Kerfman, a.k.a. Farm Boy. He's down in 10th place right now with 3,556 points. But I caught up with him at FireKeepers, and he said this has been one of the best years of his life. He's been having a lot of fun. He's had some success, and he's been traveling all these MSPTs with Josh Reichert and with Jake Long, which is quite the crew. And I told him, too, you get to, I'm assuming, run some hands by these guys. Those are some good guys to learn from.
Yeah, it sounds like they're a fun group. It sounds like a real fun thing to do. I remember when I traveled the circuit in 2021, with my friends and everything, it was just a great time. The poker was a bonus, and just going to these different places, having a good time, experiencing the different resorts in the different cities. It's super cool, I'm sure, for them.
Well, in terms of caches in season 16, it's not surprising that those three are near the top. Umut Ozturk has 15 caches, Josh Reichert 14, Jake Long 13. But there's another player who's tied with Umut with 15 caches. Care to take a guess who that player is?
DJ.
It is DJ Buckley. He's a
DJ.
caching machine. He's a caching machine.
They call him DJ the Machine. That's his nickname.
Of course, famously pulled $1 million bounty at the World Series of Poker Mystery Millions event a couple years back. But I've known DJ a very long time, and he, I think, holds the record for most MSPT caches with 88.
Wow. Yeah, he's trying to win that Player of the Year, too, to get in the Hall of Fame or whatever. But good luck, DJ.
He's in 5th place right now with 4,783 points, so it is possible, but he's going to have to do something big in these last 3 stops.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there are the season 16 earnings up to this point, and it is, let's see, Josh Reichert currently in 5th place with 291,000, Umut Ozturk in 3rd with 379,000. But it's 2 other names, Corey Wick and Ryan Amon, sitting on top, both just over $400,000 in earnings for season 16. So that's what's going on. Jake Long in 9th with 261,000, though. Not too bad for Jake Long, considering he hasn't won a main event title.
Yeah, Kyna England in 95th place with $40,000.
I don't even know where. Let me see where I sit then.
I don't know. I'm pretty far down, though. I looked on that dumb rankings list that I'm not very high up on.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the world rankings that we highlighted in last year's episode. Am I right?
Sounds rigged, if you ask me.
Well, right now it is, let's see, because remember, they update these standings after every single main event, so there's been 2 since our last update, but Umut Ozturk is still up on top, Josh Reichert, Jake Long, DJ Buckley, all the guys we just talked about are your top 4 there. But Pops, Josh Reichert's dad, Brett Reichert, is in 6th place. How about that?
Hey, go Pops, go. I'm a root for him.
Yeah,
fuck all those other guys. Go Pops, go.
I always like those guys, and I'm going to look you up right now, Kyna, just to see.
Oh, man, no.
142nd in the world rankings right now with 28 points. But I got a little bit. I got 32.48 points, 104th place. So I fell out of the top 100, goddammit.
I mean, I had like 3 caches this year, I think. Like, I only played like 4 or 5 of them, and I've got 3 caches, so it's not terrible.
Well, is there any chance you get more? Because there are 3 stops left coming up.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Stinky, Indiana, because today I was looking, because it's right around Thanksgiving, but it's just too long for me to be gone like a whole week. So I think I'm going to opt for going home for Thanksgiving instead of going home for the poker tournament, because there's so much poker here in Vegas coming up too, at the NAPT and the other stuff at the end of the year. So I should make family time. So I will not most likely be at any of the other ones, but I will be in the Venetian one in January and the Arizona one in January.
Yeah, I am looking forward to. I think I'm going to make the trip out to Talking Stick, January 29th through February 1st. But there's a good chance.
We should do the episode from there.
I like that idea. I'm going to talk to Brian about it. Talk to the bosses. I think we can probably make that happen. The next stop is coming up. Let's see, in just about a week, October 28th through November 2nd at Riverside Casino in Iowa. $300K guaranteed. This is the tournament I finished 3rd in a few months ago. Unfortunately, I will be out of town for this one, so I won't be able to get down there. But it is a fun stop, one of my favorite properties just outside Iowa City. And then November 18th through the 23rd is the Ameristar East Chicago, which is the Indiana stop that you mentioned. $300,000 guaranteed there. And then December 2nd through the 14th is the finale, the Winter Poker Classic Series at Running Aces Casino in Minnesota. I may or may not be there. I'm not sure yet. I'm waiting to kind of hear about my December schedule. But if I'm around the Midwest, then I am definitely going to check it out. Running Aces is an amazing venue, especially since they built their hotel. And then, as you mentioned, the new season, the new year will kick off with the Venetian New Year's Poker Open January 1st through the 4th.
Yay.
Some good stuff coming up. Well, do you want to make some predictions real quick, Kyna? Who do you think is going to win Player of the Year? Is Umut going to go 3 in a row? You think Josh or Jake might be able to catch him, or will it be somebody else?
I'm just going to say Josh, most likely. Josh runs like the sun. He'll find a win at the end of the year, and he'll jump all those guys and win.
I'm going to say Umut gets it done, a three-peat, which should just be incredible. But he's got a little lead. I know he's a great player. He's going to be at every stop, I assume. And I think he's going to close this thing out. And time will tell.
So wait, the Minnesota one is the last one. So you should have to go there to do like live reporting. Because I remember when I was in contention for Player of the Year, like someone was there like watching, like because it was between like me and Taylor Howard, and like we were all there like waiting for him to bust, and then they announced it. So that'd be fun for you to be there for that. So you should try.
Yeah, that would be fun to be up there. And I do remember when that happened because I was sweating it remotely as well. So. Well, kind of that is going to do it for this episode number 6 already of the MSPT podcast presented by PokerNews. You know, they say like if you make it past 7 episodes in a podcast, that's a good sign because most podcasts don't even make it that far.
7 episodes? Man, I hope people are still watching us. Are we that amazing? Are we entertaining you? I mean, it's like it is a like very unique topic. I hope that we make it interesting. Maybe we should pool the audience too and say if you have other ideas of what you want to hear us talk about, or if you want us to tell certain stories or get certain people on to interview, maybe leave it in the comments and let us know how we can adapt to this, because we aren't on episode 1000 blah 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 anymore, right? We're on episode 6, so.
Well, I can tell you one segment that we're going to start introducing in future episodes is maybe we'll call it like MSPT Memories. But I've basically been catching up with some famous MSPT players, whether they're Hall of Famers or main event winners or former Player of the Years, and just ask, hey, what's your favorite MSPT memory? Whether it's a win, a hand, a story, just tell us on camera so we can share it on the show. And I've already caught up with some heavy hitters in the MSPT world, if you will. So we're starting to stockpile those, and we'll certainly start introducing that.
Throw one in right now. And here's the first one.
No, we got to come up with like a fancy intro and all that jazz. So
I thought that was a great intro, honestly.
Well, you know, like a graphic. So, but we will make it happen. In the meantime, do us a favor, like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review. Remember, if you are participating in this NAPT $10,000 Gold Pass giveaway contest that we have, you can earn extra entries. And part of that is by leaving a review. Just follow the instructions in the article that I will link in the show notes. But that goes a long way in helping promote the podcast. We would certainly appreciate it. Kyna, what is coming up next for you?
There's like some ladies thing. There's a ladies event this weekend at Resorts World. So if you're in Las Vegas and you're a lady and you want to come out and play, I think I'm going to play that on Saturday. And then NAPT is coming up. Well, we have Halloween first, so I don't think there's anything really to play that weekend. But then NAPT. That'll be fun. Go. There's a lot of ladies events for that too. Like there's 2, I think. There's a regular one and then there's a high roller one. So.
Well, I am down here in the Bahamas for the World Tournament of Slots, the WTOS, and Michael the Grinder Mizrachi is going to be here. He's the reigning World Series of Poker main event champ. I'm going to sit down with him. I'm going to talk about the Bahamas, slots, the WTOS, and we'll talk about his new sponsorship with GG Poker in the next PokerNews podcast, which will come out likely on Friday. I'm Chad Holloway. Kyna England. This has been the MSPT podcast presented by PokerNews. And as they say on the MSPT, we are suited for players.